All right, good morning and welcome to South Miami Senior High's first virtual school tour of the year. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Lizzie Hunter. I'm our school's lead magnet teacher and I'll be your tour guide for today. A little housekeeping before we get started. This meeting is being recorded so we can share it with parents who were not able to make it this morning. If you have any questions, we invite you to type them into the chat so that we can get those answered for you as we go. With that being said, I'd like to start by introducing our school's principal, Mr. Penton, for some opening remarks.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Ms. Hunter. Thank you all for joining us today and participating in our magnet program's virtual tour. We are living in a different world, especially in the world of school tours and education. We hope that with this virtual tour, you'll get a good feel for South Miami Senior, our incredible magnet programs, the opportunities that we have. And you're also going to have an opportunity to meet some of the wonderful people behind our magnet programs, teachers, counselors. I am the new, very proud, but new principal at South Miami. I just started here this summer. We have some really exciting opportunities, right? Some opportunities that have been here for some time, and also some new and fresh ideas that we are bringing in for the coming years that we hope that your child will be able to participate in. Our goal again is for you to get a feel for the program. I'm in the middle of a meeting right now, so I took a break to say hello. What I do want to say is that after the meeting, Ms. Hunter, make sure that you share my email with all of our participants, parents. Hopefully this experience will inspire you, but probably leave you still with some questions that you may want answered. Feel free to reach out to me at any time. Would love to communicate further with you as you go through this experience, right? Very competitive and exciting, but also sometimes that experience that causes anxiety, right? What's the right school? What's the right program? What's the perfect choice? If there's any way that I could help you personally, feel free to reach out to me and I would be more than happy to assist. Again, thank you for joining us. And I turn you back over to our magnet lead teacher, Ms. Hunter.
Thank you, Mr. Penton. So his email address was shared in the chat. If you'd like to take a note of that, that is available in the chat at this time. Okay, so let's start by talking a little bit about our school in general, where we're located, just some information, give you a feel for what it's like to walk our hallways. South Miami Senior High is located in the city of South Miami. This little handy dandy map will help you figure out where we are located. It's a pretty central location. We're just off of Miller Drive and the Palmetto Expressway, not too far from Bird Road and also not too far from US 1. So it's pretty easy to get to us regardless of where you live in town. And you do not need to live within our attendance boundaries to attend South Miami Senior High. As a magnet school, you can apply, and if accepted, it really doesn't matter where you live in town. You can still attend our school to participate in our magnet programs. We are celebrating our 50th anniversary. South Miami was inaugurated in 1971. We're a traditional high school with deep roots, school spirit, and a full assortment of athletics, advanced academics, and extracurricular activities. We have about 1,500 students, a little under 1,500 students, and about 220 of those are Magnet School for the Arts students. Magnet program participation is compatible with our Cambridge program. So as you see here on screen, our magnet program was established in the 80s. We were actually one of those early magnet programs and we've been around for a while. But in 2015, we had this added bonus where our school was named a Cambridge school, Cambridge International School. And we really are the only school in Dade County that offers a visual performing arts magnet and a Cambridge program at the same time. You'll hear a little bit more about the Cambridge program in a couple of slides. We have our counselors joining us today. I'll introduce them in a few minutes. Our school is an 8-period schedule, meaning we are on a block schedule. Students meet with 4 classes each day. And as part of their schedule, magnet students have 2 elective courses that are their magnet classes. And so that means that they are immersed in their magnet strand every day. We try to make sure that that rotation is happening so that they have magnet every day, and some students take additional magnet themed classes in addition to their base 2. We are also proud recipients of a National Magnet School of Excellence Award in 2019 and 2020, and we're keeping our fingers crossed for a repeat for this year. Those applications are being turned in now. And so we always like to shout that from our rooftops because it's a very, very prestigious award to be honored with. So this is what Cobra Country looks like. The pictures you see on screen are the main campus. We call this Cobra Hall. And this is the part of the building that's from 1971. And these are some of the common areas. So our main lobby, when you walk in through our main doors, you're greeted by a sculpture of a cobra. And just to the right of this is the entrance to our main office. And you can see some examples of what the hallways look like. We are also proud recipients of a designation. The programs in our school work together to collaborate with science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, working together. And through our efforts, we were awarded a silver level STEAM designation last school year. We are also National Association of Music Merchants Support Music Merit Award recipients. That was in 2020. So as a school at large, we definitely have a lot of variety going on, but also a lot of recognition for our efforts. Our school, as a traditional high school, has a full assortment of athletic programs. So again, we have that benefit of your child being able to immerse themselves in visual performing arts focus while still having that traditional high school experience. If they'd also like to participate in a sport, clubs, you name it, we've probably got it. Okay, here's some other common areas. Our school has 3 lunch spaces available. Pictured on the top left of the screen here is a section of our main cafeteria in Cobra Hall. We also have an outdoor pavilion and a second cafeteria in our Cobra Tower building, which you'll see in the next slide. This is what our gym looks like, and also our media center. The media center is where students can access resources that enrich and support their education, whether, you know, paper books or technology related. So in 2007, I believe, I think that's the right year. In 2007, our campus opened an annex building that we named Cobra Tower. And so this is the building that's visible if you drive by our school. This is the building that's visible from Miller Drive. And a couple summers ago, and just in the middle of COVID, our school's alumni association spearheaded several campus beautification projects. And so you can see here some examples of the beautiful murals they were able to sponsor to beautify our students' common area here. This is also the spill out area. On the top right image, you can see some painted benches here. That's the area that's leading to that Cobra Pavilion, that outdoor eating space that I mentioned earlier. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Cambridge program. I have with us today Mr. Carvajales and Mr. Bourneau. They are student services staff here at our school, and they're going to tell you a little bit about the benefits of a Cambridge education. And again, as Magnet School for the Arts students, your children can also participate in Cambridge at our school. So take it away, Mr. Carvajales.
Hi, good morning. As Ms. Hunter mentioned, we are very fortunate here at South Miami Senior High that we have an opportunity to have the Cambridge AICE program, which is one of the premier advanced academic programs offered to high school students in the US. The program has a great emphasis in the value of broad education. It is also has the backing and the sponsorship of the University of Cambridge, which is one of the top universities in the entire world. It offers an advanced academic curriculum with an emphasis in critical thinking, analysis, and also it makes really an improvement in the writing skills of the students. It is a worldwide program. More than close to 1 million students participate in over 160 countries in the program all over the world. and it has been a proven and successful learning environment for the students who will have a college prep students. One of the great advantages of the AICE program is the flexibility that it offers when the curriculum of math, science, language, and arts and humanities courses. Another of the benefits is that the Cambridge credits are recognized by Ivy League universities. In the past few years, we had several students admitted into top of the universities in the United States. For example, they have gone into the University of Pennsylvania, West Point, Stanford. We also have many students that decide to stay in the state of Florida to take full advantage of the receiving credits for the college courses or the AICE courses that they completed in high school here at Sam Miami Senior High. One of the advantages of the program is that you can earn up to 45 college credits before going to college. Another great benefit is the increased GPA. One of the determining factors in gaining admission into universities and also qualifying for scholarships is to have a high GPA. When students take AICE courses, they have the advantage that, for example, in a regular class, if the student gets an A in a course, that's worth 4 points for a GPA. If they do that in an AICE course, that A is worth 6 points. So that leads to high GPAs, and it makes the students very competitive when it comes to the time to apply to college and scholarships. Another great benefit for the students who decide to stay in the state of Florida is that they will qualify automatically for the maximum award offered for the Florida Bright Futures. Just keep in mind that in the last few years, the Bright Futures requirement has really increased over the past few years. Currently, the SAT scores that are required is 1330, which is a very high demanding score. However, students who earn the Cambridge diploma will automatically qualify for this award for the Bright Futures as long as they have the community service hours. Going back to the flexibility offered by the Cambridge diploma, as you can see on the screen, the requirements is a minimum of taking 7 courses within the program and passing not only the courses, but also the exams. Going back to the flexibility, the students are required to take 1 common course, which is the global perspective, and then they have a choice of completing the other 6 courses divided in a group of mathematics, science, language, and also humanities. And what this allows the students is, for example, a student who has certain strengths in math, or they intend to pursue a career in mathematics and science, that they can also choose to complete most of the courses required for the diploma in that area. That not only appeals to the strengths of the academic strengths of the students, but also to the future interest. If you have any questions about the Cambridge program, if you have an interest in applying, please, you're welcome to contact either Mr. Bono, Ms. Alvarez, or myself. Just send us a quick email and we'll be very happy to contact you and give you more information, and also walk you through the process of applying to the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Carvajales. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about other things that South Miami has to offer. I think one of the really spectacular elements is our community partnerships. These partnerships allow students to benefit from interactions with leading professionals in their fields. Some of the organizations you see here on screen provide our students with internships, mentoring, tutoring, accelerated coursework. For example, the Frost School of Music works with our students and provides tutoring, one-on-one tutoring for the musicians in our school. Arts for Learning has paid internships for our visual artists. The American Institute of Graphic Arts, by the way, one of their board members is on our faculty, which is really nice, is another highly regarded organization in our community, and they can provide our students with those types of industry connections. Okay, so let's meet these people I keep talking about. Magnet School for the Arts faculty. We're very fortunate at our school to have a magnet program staffed by immensely talented faculty. We're passionate educators. We're all practicing professionals in our respective fields, which, you know, is kind of a special thing, right? We're all out there doing the thing that we're teaching our students to do. And I would like to start by introducing you one by one to our magnet faculty, starting with our graphic design and illustration and photography teacher, Mr. Ramon Lopez. He teaches advanced placement art and design. He's the sponsor for our National Art Honor Society and our photography club. He is the AIGA Miami Education Director, practicing artist and published illustrator, go Mr. Lopez, and a product of Miami's magnet schools. You'll hear from Mr. Lopez in a few minutes once we talk about the individual programs. Next, I'd like to introduce you to our magnet band director, Ms. Jennifer Jimenez, a national board certified teacher. Mrs. Jimenez teaches advanced placement music theory, AICE Cambridge music, and she's the principal percussionist at the Miami Symphony Orchestra. In 2019, she was awarded a Kennedy Center and Stephen Sondheim Inspirational Teacher Award, which is only one of 6 in the nation. That's a pretty big deal. In 2021, very recently, she was named the University of Miami Band of the Hour Hall of Fame inductee. And we're still waiting to hear back about the 2022 Grammy Music Educator. She's a quarterfinalist at the moment. And then Mr. Brandon Dye, our newest addition to our Cobra family. He is our Magnet Orchestra Director, and he also directs our school's choir. He's a member of the Master Chorale South Florida, concert master of the University of Tampa Symphony Orchestra for 3 years while he was a student there. He's a violin soloist and chamber music participant in the Porto Heli International Music Festival. I believe that was just this summer. So we're, again, very fortunate to have Mr. Dye join us, and we're doing great things in the classroom. Mr. Rudy Diaz, the man, the myth, the legend. So he's our magnet multimedia broadcasting teacher, and he just this year founded the Gaming and Coding Academy here at our school. You'll get to see some of the amazing pictures of what that space looks like and some of the things he's doing with the students. He was an Emmy Award winner before becoming a teacher. So talking about industry professionals, right? 2018, he was the Dade County Public Schools Teacher of the Year for the entire Miami-Dade Public Schools. And he very recently was awarded a key to the city of Miami for the work that he's done with our students here at South Miami and his dedication to the teaching profession. Mr. Leo Rocha, this is Mr. Diaz's protege. He is working with our multimedia broadcasting students, and he is an audio technician, sound designer, and screenwriter, really bringing those real world skills into the classroom. And then, hey, I know that lady, that's me. My name is Lizzie Hunter. I'm our school's lead magnet teacher. I'm also the magnet fine art teacher, and I've been here since 2007. So South Miami really has become a really close part of my heart here. I teach advanced placement art and design as part of the magnet fine art coursework. I also teach the dual enrollment courses offered at our school through FIU. So students in our programs can take FIU classes here at South Miami with me as their professor, which is a pretty cool thing. And I am also a practicing and exhibiting artist. So let's talk about our Magnet School for the Arts. What do we offer here at South Miami? So here's the list of magnet strands that we offer: band, fine art, graphic design and illustration, multimedia broadcasting, orchestra, and photography. All of these programs do require that students apply and audition. Acceptance is based on the student's performance on their audition. We're looking for driven students who seek to immerse themselves in the arts. These students end up building long-lasting friendships during their time here because they really become these cohorts that take classes together for all 4 years. So it's nice to see those relationships and friendships building over the years. And you know, magnet program participation really makes a difference in the child's experience. It gives them a reason to come to school. They get to do what they love while they're here. So let's take a look at some of the spaces, some of our studio spaces here on campus. Just like you would see in an actual in-person tour, we'd like to virtually walk you around our campus and show you what these classroom spaces look like, starting with our band wing and Mrs. Jimenez studio here.
All right, hey guys, I'm Mrs. Jimenez. I have the privilege of being the Cobra Band Director here at South Miami School of the Arts. You could just see some brief pictures of our wing here. We're very fortunate to have an entire wing facility here at our school. We have multiple practice rooms. We have a specific room just for music theory. You see we still have lockers for our students' instruments, both inside of our rooms and in the hallways. We are one of the largest band rooms in Dade County. We host a lot of events here because we do have a large amount of facility space here in our wing. And we're very, very fortunate to do that. And if you notice in some of the pictures, especially the one at the bottom, our students really like to take ownership of their space. They spend a lot of time here. We're a huge family. They decorate for the holidays because, you know, we are here a lot of times. We do perform a lot. And so the thing we just want to get across is that we have one band and we have one orchestra, and I know Mr. Dye will speak to the orchestra on purpose because we want everyone to get along and to be a family. We are highly competitive ensembles and program. However, the students push each other to be better, not push against each other for placement into ensembles. So that's one of the big differences in our program is we only allow one band and one orchestra. For that reason. Obviously, we're very successful. You've probably seen us performing on the Super Bowl. For the band, we were at the Super Bowl in Miami on halftime, and we performed in pregame. I think it was 4 or 5 years ago. So we regularly get called to perform in national events, superintendent's events. The band has received straight superiors almost every evaluation for a very long time, and obviously earning national awards. So it's a great place to be. It's a great family environment. My personal children are in our feeder pattern also, so hopefully they'll be coming here soon. So it's a great place to be. If you have any questions about band, let me know. We'd be happy to answer them for you.
Awesome. Thank you, Ms. Jimenez. So next up, we're going to hear from Mr. Brendan Dye.
Good morning, everybody. As I said, I'm Mr. Dye. This is my first year at South Miami. I am the orchestra and choir director. We are a big family and we are always supporting each other. I've grown to love these people very fast and we are always just uplifting. It's always a positive environment. We are competitive within the group, but as very healthy competition. Nothing is too like in your face. It's always like, what can we do to make each other better? In the past, the orchestra has received straight superiors. I know in 2019, most recently. We do take trips. I know they've gone to Washington, D.C. They've been to Georgia. Hopefully next year, if COVID is better, we get to take a big trip like that. And we still have a couple of field trips planned this year. Yeah, so we've performed a lot of places and we continue to do so. This year, one of our string quartets will be performing at a prestigious gala in February. So there's also performance opportunities outside of just the school itself.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mr. Dye. So this is the Fine Arts Studio, and I'll be talking about this space because this is my little home within South Miami Senior High. In fine art, we focus on classical art methods. Students learn technical and conceptual skills and how to visually communicate their ideas. As you can see in our studio here, we have a class set of easels, drafting tables, personal student drawers where they can keep their art supplies. As part of their program, they benefit from 2 levels of advanced placement, art and design, and advanced placement drawing. As I said earlier, students in the fine art program and in any of our visual arts programs, to be honest, can take dual enrollment classes offered through FIU. And these rigorous programs help aspiring artists produce the high quality portfolios that they need to present for acceptance into schools, scholarship opportunities, and so on. We do participate in exhibitions at the local, state, and national level, and our students usually do quite well. So that's the Fine Arts Studio. Now let's take a look at the Graphic Design and Illustration Studio, Mr. Lopez.
Hello and good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this virtual tour at South Miami Senior High. I am honored to drive the boat for the Graphic Design and Illustration Magnet Program. We are the only program in all of Dade County Public Schools with these unique titles attached to the program. So we cover the gamut of graphic design and illustration, which falls under the umbrella of commercial arts and design. So as you could see here, our emphasis is developing foundational art and design skills as they relate to applications with specific digital art making programs. We offer students the chance to use the Wacom Graphics tablets so that they're not drawing with the mouse. We have Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, Adobe InDesign, and Adobe Animate. As you can see in the picture to the right side, there is also a class set of workbenches where they're also able to use traditional illustration and graphic design techniques and materials. A little bit about myself. I am a product of Miami's magnet schools, as Ms. Hunter mentioned earlier. I'm a practicing artist, and I bring those experiences from my education and also from my adult life straight into the classroom every day. My students are learning real world 21st century skills as they relate to creative thinking, okay? So my students are applying their skills and developing their skills in ways that have to do with creativity and design thinking. We do offer our students competitions. We invite colleges to our campus to talk to our students. We also offer them field trips. Of course, we're trying to navigate the COVID pandemic with all of that. Our current enrollment in the graphic design and illustration program is ballooning. Since the name change from digital arts to what is now graphic design and illustration, our enrollment numbers have increased significantly, and I hope that trend continues. And in our classroom, we also have 2 printmaking presses. We have a computer lab, we have scanners, and we have printers that the students use. And I'm also an alumni of the Young Arts and the Scholastics and the Latino Art Beat local state competitions. The other program, this is where I change gears, right? The other program that I run here at South Miami Senior High is magnet photography, okay? So we're one of the only operating darkrooms, fully functioning darkrooms in, we're one of only a handful in the entire county, if not all of South Florida. As you can see in the bottom left picture, our photography students are learning very, very much hands-on in the darkroom through trial and error, thinking about chemistry, thinking about the physics of light and how all of it works. And it really is a great STEAM centered kind of a program. It does have everything to offer within its parameters. So we have a computer lab for the photography students where they have Adobe Lightroom and Adobe Photoshop. We have 13 enlargers in our darkroom. We also have a photo studio that is just adjacent to the classroom. And we have a post-production room as well. So students are learning the darkroom, they're learning studio lighting with backdrops. They're also learning digital and analog photography. They as well compete at a local level, state level, national level. We go on field trips to do on-site photography. And we also have colleges visit our students and talk about continuing their education in photography. This is the only photography program that offers 4 years of photography for high school students. A lot of fine art programs in other magnet schools, they have like a unit of photography that's covered among other fine art, visual art stuff. So this is a unique opportunity for students that really do want to sink their teeth into photography and all of the aspects therein. That is it for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lopez. The next space we'd like to share with you is our multimedia broadcasting facilities. And I'd like to have Mr. Rocha speak about this program.
How are you? My name is Mr. Rocha. I'm the current lead, well, not so much the lead teacher, but I'm currently the teacher for multimedia broadcast. Here at Multimedia Broadcast, we do a variety of different broadcasts. So for TV, we do film production, and we work with all different types of programs with a multitude of different equipment, such as different cameras, for video or for photography, depending on what we need it for. Currently, what we're working through is trying to have these students do these particular productions in a work environment. So when they finally leave through South Miami, they'll have the necessary skills to come out through any particular job and be efficient at it. For the morning newscast, we always have a dailies that gets sent out and be put on YouTube every day. Students will work in different particular jobs and different variety of jobs, such as anchoring, working on the switcher, working on as an editor, cameras, etc., etc. And they work efficiently, and it's very enticing for them. For the other side of the coin, we have our film production that is started up this year, where students are going to be utilizing different techniques to be producing short films, producing documentaries, and shorts of any other kind. Since due to my background in film, I've allowed them to work with different types of lightings and doing audio recordings for specific dialogue and for sound effects. The studio itself was built before me coming here, which was built by Mr. Rudy Diaz, who was my partner, who was the preceding teacher, and he's currently the gaming class teacher as well. And I think it's best to take it away to Mr. Diaz.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Diaz. The next slide is about the Gaming Academy. Do you have anything you'd like to add about the broadcasting program?
Well, there, as said, students will always be ready to learn different types of programs. We teach Photoshop, After Effects, Premiere, DaVinci, Isotope, and all that good stuff.
All right, great. Thank you, Mr. Rocha. Okay, so this next program is not listed as one of our magnet programs at the moment. We're in the process of trying to get it turned into a magnet, but at the moment, this is a choice program at our school. We have a Gaming and Coding Academy that was founded by Mr. Diaz just this school year. And this is what the space looks like. Mr. Diaz, would you like to speak about the programs and the coursework for this class?
Yes, first of all, thank you to everyone, also all the parents and everybody that's here for coming and joining this informative meeting. First of all, I want to tell you a little bit about the program. The program is divided really into three facets. We call it, the first facet is Game Lab, the second one is Code City, and the second one is Esports. And what we do in this class in Game Lab, for example, we learn how to create a game, an experience. It could be a game or it could be a virtual experience that may not necessarily be a game, but we use a program called Unity, which is the game engine for our program. And we learn various aspects of that program. That program has, for example, the aspect of creating an environment, whether it's a landscape, which is what they're doing now, or creating a location inside of a building where the actual gameplay is going to take place. Then it goes into interaction, which is the next level of what we'll be doing, which is learning how to make this world interactive. And by that, I mean, you walk into a building, the door opens automatically, or you may have to find a key to open the door. And that requires a lot of high level thinking, because we need to use coding also to make these things happen. For example, we use visual scripting, which is a little bit of a language, a little bit easier than the traditional coding, but they still get immersed into that traditional coding to make it a little bit smoother, the transition. But it's called visual coding, and it's basically made with blocks and things, but you can create any full-fledged game using visual coding. So they learn coding, they learn how textures are applied to objects, they create objects, they learn how to create objects. So that's the Game Lab portion of our program. Then we have Code City. Code City is a another portion of it where we're going to be able to create an entire city in reality, not like the prior program before, which is all created in the computer. This is created in real life. So we actually create mountains and hills, and we create, structures. By that I mean houses, buildings, bridges, roads, and we use 3D printers and CNC machines. And I'll explain to you real quick what those are. A 3D printer, I think everybody pretty much knows. You design the actual structure in the computer, and then you print it out in 3D form, which is really the stepping stone to a lot of engineering programs where they actually create an object, whether it's your iPhone, when it was first created, it was created in the computer. And then a prototype was made with 3D printers. And then, of course, all the electronics and all the things go into play. But we're going to be doing that, and we're going to learn how to do that. Another thing is a CNC machine, which is a machine that basically cuts. It's similar to a 3D printer, but it cuts wood instead. So if you want to make a house and build the house, and you create it out of wood, and then you put the pieces together, which creates, which allows you to use the CNC machine. So it's a machine that uses a CAD program. For example, like Fusion 360, it's a CAD program where they design all their objects there, and then they go ahead and do the final stage of printing it out. So this is going to be a city with, like I said, mountains. It's going to have electronics built in. They're going to use Arduino computers. Small computers these are called Arduino computers, and they're programmed so that they can control the traffic lights in the city, control the cars in the city, control the bridges in the city. It's going to be a full working city where they're going to be a part of every single aspect of this particular city, from the electronics to the building of it. This really includes STEAM to a very high degree, because you're talking about science, you're talking about technology. You're going to be using technology at all times. It includes engineering, because they have to figure out what size the structures are going to be, or what's the best location to put a parking lot or an actual overpass. So arts, because they have to create mountains out of clay, out of hydrocal, which is another form of plaster of Paris. And they create, all this out of plaster, and they create they paint with airbrushes. So they include the arts. And then, of course, mathematics, because they have to find out what the ratio or the scale of each item is going to be. For example, if they create a person, well, they can't create, a train to be smaller than the person. So they have to deal with scale and with mathematics. Then the third and final part of our program is esports. The students learn to compete with other schools. They learn to they play other games. The games include League of Legends. They include Brawlhalla. They include Rocket League. And the other one, guys. What is it? I can't hear you. Yeah, and some of the other ones that they will be working on. Minecraft also. So this is a competition where they learn to compete one day a week. They get to play the games here in the class, and they get to participate. And if they really look forward to it. The other days, are hardworking at that, but the one day a week they get to compete, and it really teaches them a lot of things. It shows them how to play in teams, how to compete with other schools. They have an option of also earning scholarships that could help them for their future careers. So it really, it helps them in collaborating with other players and coming up with techniques and ideas on how to compete and how to, make a plan to win. So it's a great program. And if you're interested in it, let us know. We are building, like I said, another location right across here. And when we have that, it's going to be an incredible, location for gaming and for all the things that I spoke to you about. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Diaz. Amazing. Look at that. Awesome. So again, this is a choice program at our school. The application process is a little bit different, but I can definitely give you that information if you are interested. So what is the magnet application process? Well, this is the same for all schools in Dade County Public Schools. Magnet applications opened on October 1st, and they will close on January 15th. So this is the magnet application window, and you would visit miamimagnetapplication.com to complete the application. You'll be allowed to select 5 schools. Some schools are going to be lottery based, meaning they put your name in a hat and you may or may not get in. So they are always encouraging students to apply to as many schools as they're allowed to. And then in our case, we are a visual performing arts school. And so acceptance into our programs is based on that audition. So as part of the application, once you select South Miami Senior High, one of the last screens will prompt you to select one of the audition dates available. And we are offering virtual and in-person auditions this year. So when you select those dates, please make sure to read whether you are selecting virtual or in person. And you will of course receive follow-up information via email related to your audition with instructions and additional details. So this is what the application process looks like. There are a few different websites that take you to the same place. So miamimagnetapplication.com or yourchoicemiami.org or applymagnet.org. They really want to make sure you find this thing, okay? So when you get there, this is what the homepage looks like. And you'll see on the top right corner, there is a link that says magnet application. You would click that, and that takes you to this page. If your child is currently in Dade County Public Schools, the application will synchronize with the information in their student portal. So it really does save you a lot of time because all of that info is already populated into the application when you start it. And if you need to revise anything, I believe it does let you change contact information or whatever you need to revise. As I said earlier, the virtual and in-person auditions for 2020-2023 school year are being scheduled during the months of January and February. You schedule your appointment as part of the magnet application process. And these are the dates in case you're curious what's available. Saturday, January 8th is an in-person audition for graphic design and illustration, fine art, multimedia broadcasting, and photography. Friday, January 21st is a teacher workday, and so we're offering virtual auditions for all of our programs. We figured if students are home and their parents are at work, they can log in and audition while they're at home. Tuesday, February 8th in the evening will be orchestra and band auditions. Saturday, February 12th are in-person auditions for the strands listed. And then finally, February 23rd is our last set of auditions for orchestra and band in the evening. Couple of upcoming events, or one main upcoming event that I'd like to invite you to. We are having an in-person magnet open house this year on Wednesday, December 1st. You can register to attend by visiting the same link where you registered for this meeting. You can also scan the QR code that's currently on screen. I will send a follow-up email to this meeting with the link in case you're not able to get it. During this event, you can meet us in person. You'll be able to actually walk the halls of Cobra Country and see some displays, hear our musicians play, and really get a feel for what it's like to be here. And this will be in the evening. And then finally, I'll leave you with some contact information. Again, my name is Lizzie Hunter, lead magnet teacher. You can reach me via email, lizhunter@dadeschools.net. Our school website, southmiamiseniorhigh.org, has lots of information for you. I do encourage you to visit that website if you have not already done so. Our Instagram, SMSH_Cobras. I think our social media presence is also a really great way to get a sense of our school's environment and that family atmosphere that we keep talking about. And also our Twitter and Facebook pages will have similar postings. So that is it for the virtual tour. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I again invite you to type questions into the chat if you have any questions that we can answer for you.
Somebody had a question about the audition requirements that they sent to me. All of our audition requirements are available on our website because they are strand specific. Each strand has different audition requirements, so we're requesting parents go to the website to show where those audition requirements are. And also, if you want to put what strand you're interested in the chat, we would love to have a teacher contact you directly if you need those requirements.
Absolutely. I'm trying to visit the school website to share my screen, but it's taking a little longer than usual to load. If you just go to the main school website, southmiamiseniorhigh.org, and click on Magnet Programs, you'll see some quick links that'll take you to the Magnet audition information. There's also a frequently asked question link that will bring you again to that audition information. Yes, we will absolutely be sharing this recording. That's why we recorded it, so that we can share it with you in case you'd like to review it, and with any other parents who were maybe not able to make it. We'll definitely be sharing this with you.
And Ms. Hunter, our website currently is down because they're working on it, so it should be back up shortly. So if parents try to reach the website, they are working on it as we speak.
Okay, thank you. That explains a lot. So if this is your home school, you still have to audition for the gaming. So the gaming program, because it's a choice program, it is primarily available to our students at our school. And since it's such a unique program, if this is not the school you're supposed to attend, you can apply to it to come transfer to our school to attend the gaming program. And it is an elective. So let's say you are interested in broadcasting, but that gaming program looks really cool too. You can do both. You have 8 periods, which means you have 4 core classes, and the remaining 4 classes, you have 2 magnet, and you still have space, 2 more electives that you can take. So students can do, they have options. They can participate in different programs while they're here at our school. That was a good question. Any other questions we can share before we end? We made it right on time. I was aiming for an hour. This worked out perfectly. Okay, so Mr. Lopez will be sending us off with our Cobra salute. Mr. Lopez, if you would. All right, and with that, we wish you a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye, everyone.